to Just Between Us, a show where we explore the internal world of insects.
I'm not Gabe Dunn.
This week on the show, I'm still in New York with John. We decided to stay longer because of the LA fires and not wanting to expose ourselves to the air if we didn't have to, we're very lucky to be able to do that. And so since we weren't going to be able to film together, I thought, Gabe, take the week off.
Take a load off.
Have a relax. I'll
Chill.
bring in
B-team.
B-team. Okay, so this was a conversation that was sparked by, dare I say, your therapist.
Oh, okay.
Am I allowed to? I'm allowed. We've said you were in therapy.
Yeah, okay.
This is a new age show.
A new age show?
Yeah, we're...
You're dating yourself.
Explain the catalyst.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he recently said that, marriage is something that you open yourself up to being influenced by another person. And I sometimes feel uncomfortable with the idea that anyone is influencing anything that I do. And so being open to being influenced by someone else.
Well, it's good that you ended up with someone that doesn't have much opinions about stuff. So, but in what ways do you feel like I feel like you've had a lot of good influences on me. Think about how well I eat now.
Right.
Don't I eat much better than I eat a lot more vegetables.
Way more vegetables. And you used to be like, I don't like vegetables. Now you're always ordering vegetables. Mm-hmm. Huh?
Well, because you cook them well.
There you go.
So
there you go.
Yeah, you've introduced me. You've influenced me that home-cooked meals can be just as good as restaurant meals.
Thank you.
You know what's not as good? Having to do the dishes after.
Yeah, you really hate that.
I hate it.
You hate that so much.
And just the idea that I'm going to have to do work to eat makes me not want it, but you make very good food.
Okay, so it makes it worth it?
Yes.
You've made me a lot less pretentious.
Oh, tell me more.
In some of my prior relationships, I dated some people who were more like me, who had some snooty taste about things.
Right.
And so now...
Like they don't really love a chain restaurant the way I do.
Right. They would not accept...
CPK wouldn't be their favorite place to go for all celebrations.
Yeah. Sometimes you do miss your exes. So I'm a little more open-minded to some things like that. Or there's moments where I was in one previous relationship where sometimes we'd had an afternoon where we would speak French to each other. And now often you and I, when we leave rooms, just go, au revoir, which is a French dog's way of saying goodbye, I guess, but not pronounced correctly at all. And so, it's a little more fun. It's a little more fun environment, a little less stuffy.
Yeah, you now say a lot of nonsense that I feel like you would have never said before you met me.
It's a lot more playful environment.
Yeah. We're having fun.
Yeah.
We're tapping into just being a kid.
Right.
I feel like you have made me, helped me be less reactionary to people I don't immediately agree with.
Yes. She used to shout at people. So you can't do that. We're having dinner. It was just a lot of the, ma'am, this is a Chili's. Ma'am, you have to stop screaming about that. But yeah, so you don't, you don't do
and
that.
I know I'm better at more, I feel like I have more tact.
You do have more tact.
Yes, and sometimes I will just say, not today, sir. I shall not engage on this with you today.
Right.
That's huge.
That is pretty huge.
Saves you from being embarrassed.
And yeah, absolutely. But also on the other hand, I think I have gotten a little more, I will say things now more in a diplomatic way, my way of pushing back on people in public. I don't usually like to get into it with people about politics or stuff, but there's a little voice of Allison's morality in my head that's okay, you gotta push back on this a little bit.
I also think there's a way that to just make it clear that you don't agree with them, but you don't need to get into an argument about it.
Right.
And I feel like that's the middle.
It is amazing how many people want to have an argument though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a guy a couple weeks ago at a party, we were like, oh, well, we'll agree to disagree. And then he kept going.
I said agree to
You
disagree.
did. I was so proud of you. And then I was like, And then this guy just kept going. So.
And I was like,
You were good. You were good.
I was good because this
You're
man
good.
was too far gone.
Yeah.
He was too brainwashed for
Yeah.
me. But I do think that there is something about, even if I'm not like making a huge like campaign to change someone's mind, just the idea that like meeting someone that they've been getting along with and liking, and then like that they have such a different point of view as them, could maybe be like, huh.
Right. I think there's value in even just
Yeah.
being like, oh, this person who I assumed agreed with me on this thing
Doesn't.
So maybe it's not like, one, maybe it's not safe for me to just pretend like everyone agrees with me all the time. And two, like maybe I should like do a little more looking into my points and see what the other side has to say.
Yeah.
You know. So
Like I was proud with our neighbor the other day when she was complaining about like the RVs with people being nearby and stuff, and I just went, well, like, because in LA there's a lot of people that are in like RVs and campers and things like that, and like people get annoyed when they're like near their houses, but I said something just like simply just like, well, they have to be somewhere, they have to have somewhere to go,
And she
like,
did.
and she went, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm trying like different tactics.
Yeah, that's good.
Rather than like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Do you not see that they're human beings?
Yeah, so that's huge for you. That's huge for you.
Yeah, so that was a John influence for sure.
How have I influenced you negatively?
Negatively?
Yeah, let's do that.
What's less fun?
I know, but we need some spice. If Gabe was here, they would appreciate. He would want us to do this, I think. He'd want the conflict. He'd want the blood.
Honestly, nothing comes to mind. Unless if I spin that as a negative, that I've lost some of my... But I do think I'm still trying to change people's minds. Why? You're sitting on something of how I've influenced you
No,
negatively?
No, I don't think so. I appease you a lot. I appease the OCD a lot. But so that, I guess that's negative in some sense, but
you wouldn't be able to exist otherwise.
Right? Yeah, it's just like what we have to do.
Yeah, and
But
I would say I would love more peace.
Yeah.
One huge influence was your introduction to me into the majesty of I Think You Should Leave.
Right. Yes.
That, I mean, I had tried watching the show before we met, didn't like it, didn't even get through season 1. Now it's all I think about. I mean, I'm quoting it multiple times per day. It's changed my entire comedic delivery. It's changed the way I view the world.
You're welcome.
Oh, I did mention on a podcast that we almost got an I Think You Should Leave inscription on our wedding rings.
Yeah.
And someone asked what it would have been. It was going to be...
It's got to be
quality. It's got to be quality on my end.
No fucking deal.
I don't think we were going to
We weren't going to do that.
We were just going to do it's got to be quality on my end. So going from not thinking I didn't like that show to it almost being what was
Your
on
entire
my,
personality,
my
yeah.
entire personality.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of rom-coms.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and so I
Yeah.
appreciate that genre now in ways that I didn't previously.
Good, because that's how
Yeah.
that's how we are supported through rom-coms.
Yeah, they're pretty pivotal to this household. I'm trying to think of other shows. I just didn't understand how much you love Tom Cruise.
You can't reveal that.
As problematic as he is,
He's a movie star.
Allison just is like, wow, he's just a movie star.
Really.
Every time he's in everything.
You only just recently learned of my obsession with Ray Romano.
Oh my God, you love Ray Romano so much.
Love him. Name me a more perfect man.
You know, I didn't used to love Martin Short, and you got me into Martin Short. I think Martin Short's very funny now.
It's very funny.
I know I'm like late to the party on that one, but like, yeah. Like now I'm like, oh, Martin Short is very, very funny.
I think you've made me a better writer.
Oh.
Because
Do tell.
am I allowed to share
Sure.
what you'd said? Which was, you said something.
You asked me.
I asked you if you genuinely liked my writing or not. And
That's a loaded question.
And you said yes, but that you felt that you had more of a mastery of words. Is that how you said it? Or what is it? That
I thought you could
had
work
more
on your command of language.
Command of language. And I agreed. And I think that I'm very good at getting to the heart of something and sharing my feelings, but I don't think I have the command of language that you have in your writing. And so since you said that, that's something I've really been thinking about and working on.
That's amazing. You're welcome. I wasn't sure if I was going to get in trouble for that, but yeah.
No, I was
You asked me, yeah.
It was something I had long suspected.
Oh, I know a way that you've influenced me. I read way more with you.
Really?
Way more. I mean, like, because, reading time with Kindles at night.
Very important.
I just have, I think part of my pretension for the longest time was I am only going to read with a book. I'm not going to use a Kindle because of whatever. I like hardcover book. But I think that was very much a part of like a pretentiousness. And now that I just like gave in to reading Kindles because I have to if I'm going to read in the dark because Allison's a tyrant at night and the lights all need to be out. I read on a Kindle, and I find that I read way more now on a Kindle. So giving up that idea that I had actually means that I engage with way more books. I read so much more now.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is wonderful. It is wonderful, yeah. Wow. I'm more learned now because of you.
And no one saw that coming. Oh no, I forgot to wash my workout stuff. That's upsetting. Oh well. I threw my bra and shorts on the kitchen floor.
They don't need to know this.
Okay.